What's up, family? Last night was President Biden's State of the Union address, and I will say, even though Biden is 81 years old, he tried to stay optimistic about his chances of having one more term in the White House. He ended up speaking for an hour and 9 minutes, in which he took multiple jabs at the former President Donald Trump, and as they always do, they touched on multiple ideas that they plan to accomplish during their last year. But as we all know, they always end up falling short of their goals. But anyways, check this out right here. It says that State of the Union address last night fired up President Biden and challenges GOP on immigration and abortion, which was one of the hottest topics out there. We all know that we have been dealing with a major issue of illegal migrants coming into this country, or undocumented migrants coming into this country. And obviously it was a touchy subject. But anyways, President Biden delivered an impassioned address on Thursday evening, ramping up his colleagues and those that are willing to vote for him and give him one more chance to be in the White House, to be in charge of America. But on the flip side, you had a lot of GOP Republicans on the other side saying, no, we cannot have another 4 years of this president. But anyways, I'll just go ahead and leave it right there. If you are interested, you can easily get online and check out that State of the Union address, and you might be amused by it, and then again you might not. But anyways, just wanted to give you a brief update in regards to what exactly went on last night. But anyways, moving on, we do need to go ahead and talk about an IRS warning message that they are warning millions of Americans out there when they file their taxes. Yes, as you can see, it says that the IRS is issuing a warning to people filing your taxes. And this is what they had to say right here. Yes, as the tax season continues to kick off, the IRS is warning taxpayers and administrators of health spending plans that personal expenses for general health and wellness are not legally considered as medical expenses, as it fears that some may be misled by this. But anyways, in a press release that was published earlier this week, the IRS reminded Americans when they file their taxes that medical expenses for areas such as weight loss are not deductible or reimbursable under health flexible spending arrangements, health savings accounts, or health reimbursement arrangements, or medical savings accounts, and that they should be aware of companies suggesting otherwise. Yes, guys, did you hear me real quick? But if you didn't, rewind this just 15 seconds or so. But you need to be aware of this because a lot of people have been told that they can claim this on their taxes as a tax write-off, as a tax deduction, as a credit of some sort. But the IRS is saying that, look, we are starting to see a lot coming in on your tax filings, and you need to go ahead and stop this. This is a red flag. This is going to definitely cause the IRS to come looking for you and to potentially cause an audit of your record. So they want to go ahead and get the message out there right now before more people continue to send in their tax returns before the deadline of April the 15th. And again, they're saying that legitimate medical expenses have an important place in the tax law that allows for reimbursements, according to the IRS commissioner. But taxpayers should be careful to follow the rules of some aggressive marketing that suggests personal expenditures on things like food for weight loss qualify for reimbursement when they don't qualify as medical expenses. Again, I hope I was very clear on that. Obviously, you can go online and research more about this on the IRS.gov's website, in which right here frequently asked questions about medical expenses related to nutrition, wellness, and general health. Well, it says that these expenses include payments for legal medical services rendered by physicians, surgeons, dentists, and other medical practitioners. They include the cost of equipment, supplies, and diagnostic devices needed for these purposes as well. They also include the cost of medicines and drugs that are prescribed prescribed by a physician. Medical expenses must be primarily to alleviate or prevent a physical or mental disability or an illness. They don't include expenses that are merely beneficial to your general health. Again, like I said, this is in section 213 of the code, the IRS, in which you can go on their website and Google this, like I said, and you can get that information right there. But I just wanted to give you a synopsis of what the IRS is referring to before they come down on you in a very harsh way. So anyways, don't let that happen to you. But moving on, guys, we do need to go ahead and talk about another warning message that affects every single American in this country, whether or not you have billions of dollars or whether you are just broke like myself. But anyways, check this out right here, where a huge warning message coming directly from Bank of America, in which they issued a warning that the US dollar could end up collapsing. Yes, guys, go ahead and get your money from your mattress. Keep it there. Go ahead and remove your money from the banks, because you don't know whether or not this is actually going to happen. But anyways, jokes aside, guys, let's go ahead and take a look right here, where it says that the U.S. national debt is now growing by $1 trillion every 100 days since the year 2023. The uncontrolled debt could lead to a financial disaster, wreaking havoc not only in the United States, but across the world. BRICS and other developing countries are worried that the US dollar debt could make their native economies end up crashing, and keeping the US dollar in reserves is now seen as a threat that could undo years of financial stability. This is referring to all those individuals that believe that it is much safer to keep your money at your local bank in a savings account. Let me be the first to go ahead and tell you guys that is not the safest place, because you are at the mercy of the US dollar losing its value every single year, every single month, every single hour. But anyways, that is kind of what this article is talking about, because we all know that the United States and the Biden administration continues to print money to send to other countries. They continuously doing this. He just mentioned it last night during the State of the Union address. And yes, they are continuing to print more money and more money and more money. And where's this money coming from, guys? They are not just pulling it out of a hat. They are printing the money, which obviously the more money you have into circulation causes the US dollar value to actually diminish. So as we've seen, where inflation has hurt the US dollar as well, we have saw the US dollar value come down even more. That is why when you go to Wendy's or Chick-fil-A, a chicken sandwich is no longer $3. It is now costing you around $5 at Chick-fil-A. A soda is now costing you between $2 to $3 at any type of fast food joint. Not alone when you go to a restaurant, now you're paying anywhere between $3 and $5. So yes, guys, everything is continuously going up in this country, from foods to goods to services. And this is all because of, number one, the inflation, and then number two, the value of the US dollar continues to drop and drop and drop. And just like we saw last night, guys, where the Biden administration just announced that they want to approve of more spending to provide in Gaza, this will not end. When are we going to learn? Yes, guys, you need to be aware of this, which is why I decided to put this particular article in this video today, just to let you know what's going on, just in case you were not aware. But anyways, yes, the U.S. is on the verge of collapse in regards to the U.S. dollar, not the U.S., but the U.S. dollar. And Bank of America wants you to know that this could actually happen. Take a look at this right here, where it says that Harnett ended up warning that the collapse of the US dollar is imminent if the debt continues to grow out of control this year in 2024. This doesn't end well if that happens. BRICS is now waiting for a possible US dollar decline and could advance with a new currency in the global market. Well, what are they referring to? Are they referring to crypto coins out there? Or they're referring to Dogecoin? Well, maybe not go that far, guys, but what about Bitcoin? We have all seen it. We have all talked about it multiple times on this channel before. And here recently, just this week, guys, we saw that Bitcoin has finally rallied and ended up hitting its all-time high earlier this week. Yes, we are talking about a new all-time high, because 2 years ago, before the previous recession of crypto, yes, Bitcoin ended up hitting $69,000. And then shortly after that, it ended up dropping all the way down to around $16,000. Well, guys, fast forward 2 years later, here we are, March the 5th, and Bitcoin has hit a new all-time record of $69,170. Yes, guys, Bitcoin is on the rise right now. So could that be the next form of currency in this country? Not just in the United States, but in all other countries. We don't know yet, guys, but we are still having some people out there having a little bit of speculation in regards to how valuable Bitcoin is actually going to be. But anyways, they are projected that Bitcoin could rise to at least $100,000 before the end of this year. Right now, it is sitting at about $67,000 and $68,000 at the time of filming this video. But again, as they talk about the US dollar losing its value, what happens when the US dollar completely collapses? Will everybody go ahead and flock over to Bitcoin or some other type of cryptocurrency such as Ethereum? Well, guys, we don't know the future, and I won't make any type of speculations, but I will say I do have a little bit of Bitcoins in my pocketbook just in case, because you never know. So anyways, guys, I just wanted to leave that here with you. Be mindful of that, because you might want to go ahead and pull your money out. You might want to take your money out of your savings account and try to invest in something that can potentially grow over time. You leaving your money in your normal savings account is just going to lose value as well, because as you saw, inflation ended up going up to close to 9%, which means that your money sitting in your bank account lost 9%. That means your money is less valuable, guys. Just to give you an example, if you had $100,000 sitting in the bank, guys, you lost about $9,000 of that. I think that math is correct. Someone fact check me if you will. I would appreciate it. And comment down below, as well as hit the like button. But anyways, I just wanted to give that information to you today. And outside of all of that, I hope all this information in this video was helpful to you today.